the verbal update was complete. And it's not, the person presenting, the staff did a great job. They just weren't involved in all the other discussions. It was just a circumstantial problem.
Okay, other comments? Not all.
Sorry, is there still more to your?
No.
Okay. I am grateful to hear that there will be more work done on the architectural standards. I'll be honest, when we began discussing this, that was my primary interest in this. Councilman Carn and I spent the last half of last year working with the general plan amendment, or the general plan redo. And one of the big things that came out of that was kind of an identity for our city. And I would like to see a unified identity. And that's kind of what I was hoping this gateway overlay was going to become. It seems like it's just becoming a list of things we don't like, which, you know, some of these things I get why we don't want them. I'll be honest, I don't understand why a commercial kennel is listed with sexually oriented businesses and car washes and auto parts stores. But I am also aware that I am probably the only person here that feels that way, and so we can move forward with that. There had been previous comments to the outdoor storage. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is, can you read me off the definition of what that is? Because there was a lot of confusion last time when we were discussing what is and what isn't outdoor storage.
We'll have Tippy's look.
Is it a storage yard, or is it just having a outdoor area where they make sales?
It would include wheelbarrows and lawnmowers and all of that too.
So like Walmart shipping containers?
Well, or just, yeah, but it would basically includes like when they put the chain through all the snow blowers and lawnmowers and wheelbarrows and trees and bushes, and that's what outdoor storage is. It's not that there's not a problem. I just think that there's a different place
Right.
for that in the city than at the entrances.
Okay, looks like Tippy's got it there.
So it's a location where a business keeps equipment, supplies, and other business-related materials in an outdoor, fully enclosed area. So basically, like the fencing, like the outdoor use of the, like for the fencing facility.
So it is it's an enclosed area like the, where they keep the tanks and stuff at Tractor Supply, or where they keep the fertilizer at Walmart.
It's a little bit different when it's ancillary to a retail use. We have provisions for that, but where it's kind of the primary, like you're selling like most of your materials from
okay,
outdoor.
What is it? Metal supply or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay.
Metal Mart, yeah.
Metal Mart. There you go.
So it would not include the standard retail one.
Okay. All right. That clears up my concern on that point then. So that's all I have.
Yeah, Councilman Carn?
Yeah, so if you want to go back to the list, we've added quite a bit to this list from the last time, but we also removed a lot of items. I would have liked to have seen those on here just crossed off. I get it, but I appreciate you listening to the feedback and removing some prohibited uses that we didn't have a problem with. So I think I'm good now at this point.
I don't remember what came off. What came off?
There was like indoor shooting range.
Yeah, the shooting range. So there really wasn't that many. What we did do, we realized that some were listed under other areas where they should be under retail or whatever. So we kind of moved those around a little bit. But the only ones that really were taken out completely were the shooting range. Yeah, that was the only one. The other ones were moved from retail to outside of retail.
And the shooting range would still have the structural components.
It's just a building. You don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Why it was taken up.
How do we define non-depository institutions? Are we talking about like payday loan type of things?
Yeah.
Okay. Because like Walmart's a non-depository institution. I just wanted to make sure. That means anything that's not a bank, unless you define it, so.
That would be an ancillary use for them.
Yeah, I've got it.
That would be helpful.
Check cashing, payday loan, title loan.
Does it say like,
Yeah, that's
The
it.
Walmart one's ancillary, so it would be okay.
oh, I didn't even know Walmart, I didn't, okay.
They
They do money orders.
Oh, okay,
They cash checks.
that's true. So it'd be primary function is, okay.
Yes.
I'm fine.
Nothing else, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we approve Code Amendment Gateway Overlay Title 19.04.11 and 19.04.14, city initiated, ordinance 23-4 dated today. Are there staff findings and conditions? I don't believe there were any. No. Okay.
Okay, I have a first from Councilman,
Oh, with staff findings and conditions, there are some.
first from Councilman McComber,
Second.
second from Councilman Podesta. Any further discussion? Wilden,
Aye.
Comber,
Aye.
Porter,
Nay.
Podesta,
Aye.
Carn.
Aye.
Motion passes. Code amendments, tobacco business definition, car wash regulations, and site plan approvals.
Okay, council, these items were previously attached to the gateway, but we felt like there was too much going on, so we separated those. The tobacco business definition, this was by recommendation of our legal department that created this with verbiage based on state code. I don't know, Kevin, if you want to address that?
Yeah, we didn't create this. It's directly from the code. And as I was pondering the definition today, I realized that when we typically incorporate a state code definition, we basically have some statement that says, as of today's date, here is the current definition. And then we have some language about if it changes, the changes are incorporated by reference. So other than that, it's directly from the state code. It's no different. And I would suggest that you make that motion to include that little caveat language.
Can sorry, go ahead. Can I just ask, why don't we just stop as defined in Utah State Code 10, period? Why do we duplicate? Other than just to make it easier so they don't have to use Google.
It makes it just a little bit easier. I mean, you could argue either way. There's pros and cons of both. But the reason why is so you have it there and the planners can sit down with the developer and say, here's the definition and this is why it's not allowed. But you could go either way. I don't have an opinion one way or the other.
And then
Just
you're
pros
saying
and
you would
cons.
like us to add like Utah Code 10-8-41.6 as dated today? As of dated 7/2/7/23?
Yeah, if the state code changes, as far as a
change with it.
tobacco specialty store,
Because it does say as defined in Utah Code here, but you're saying you want us to add the language as of today?
right. So basically that caveat language saying that changes to the code section are hereby amended or.
So
As
Right.
Utah State
By
Code
def-
change
too.
we will automatically
Yeah.
update, change
do we
it.
have
Probably
to?
blowing the way I'm stating it, but I have a really
Totally.
Okay,
good way of.
Then let's hear it.
Writing that down, huh?
let's hear it.
Okay. Look at it. I
mean-
will find that.
While he's looking, if the state changes it, we have to go along with the state, right?
No, we could define it however we want. We're just saying we want to keep whatever ours is current with theirs.
We're willing to change with the
Well,
state.
there's such a demand for tobacco shops, like whatever.
It's, I
I'm
would
being
recommend you
funny,
keep it
but-
the same. It's a pretty highly regulated industry. I would recommend that you keep it, but
Keep it with state code.
Yep.
yeah, consistent with state
Okay.
code. But
So yeah, whatever you can give us, and then when we're making the motion, we'll put your verbiage in there, Kevin.
okay, let me find that, how we reference that.
Word by word.
1905?
Okay, was there anything else? You want to keep going?
Car wash,
We can go to the other ones, yeah.
yep.
Okay, so we've talked about this a bit recently. The code was amended to provide for a 5,000-foot separation between existing and new businesses. And then right after we did that, we thought about, well, what about between that business and residential? And so we came up with the verbiage here so that it's measured from the closest part of a building to the closest part of the other building. And also stating that no car wash shall be located within 500 feet of an existing residentially zoned property as measured from the nearest point of the car wash building to the nearest residential zone, not building, including mixed use and mixed waterfront zones. There is an exception. A residential zone may be a minimum of 300 feet from a car wash full service as measured from the nearest point of the car wash structure to the nearest residential zone if the car wash and residential zone are separated by a major arterial roadway. So in other words, we have had one down on Redwood Road, and there was a concern about how close they were to across the street on the east side, but we thought, well, there's a
road is
big enough
north.
separation because of that road that why do we need that 500?
The road's
So
north.
And this match, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Thank you. I'm totally good with this language tonight. My only question here is, for the future, do we need to look at creating definitions for 3 different types of car washes?
That's what I was gonna,
Because there really are. We're calling
we only
a
have,
lot of things full-service car wash, right? If there's a car wash behind a gas station,
an
we're calling that
ancillary.
a full-service car wash.
The reason why this here, it's because of the blowers.
I understand, but there's a difference between a car wash between Holiday and a Quick Quack or a
But they
Mister.
still have the same noisy blowers.
They don't have the same impact. You don't have the vacuum parking and, the amount of traffic coming through. A gas station car wash might have, outside of a big storm, a little bit of traffic a day.
You get on a Holiday, I'm always 8 cars back.
Yeah, but it's not the same. I'm just wondering, the car wash industry itself has different definitions for those 3 different, and I'm just wondering if we should be looking at that and treating them differently.
I am in favor of that. I was gonna ask if there was anybody else that was, I think at least
We should at least investigate it.
investigate and look and, I mean, if they differentiate 3, even if we differentiate 2, I don't think that, so we have self-service.
We have self-service. What would you
Self-service
say the difference,
day.
what would be the difference and what would you change the distances for a
Here's the question. So, like Thunder Bay up on Redwood Road.
that's self-service.
But they have blowers.
Yeah, so then they have a full-service component. Not every one of those places has a full-service component. It really does come down to, if you live within 500 feet of one of those, you will hear it through your windows. Like the people who are living in Wander are going to hear that because
from Holiday.
the Holiday is literally 200 feet from their house.
Well, that car wash is less than 200 feet from someone.
Well, but I'm saying, but from their house, because it would be the residential zone,
Right,
but now
right.
it's within 200 feet of their house. So we're just trying to protect from the noise of those blowers. You can hear the blowers at Quick Quack from Costa Vida,
Sure.
No, absolutely,
Yeah,
which,
which is 700 feet away.
right. I just, the self-service ones, I mean, I've never even seen a car drive through the one behind Top Stop. Like, they just don't get used as much as
That's a full-service wash.
the one behind Top Stop is.
Yes,
We're
See,
calling
I-
that full service.
it has blowers.
We are, and I don't necessarily believe we should, because Quick Quack and Mister and, was it Papa's
Wiggy
or
Wash.
Wiggy Wash
Yeah.
now? Those ones.
That's a full service. to
Those
me.
ones are going 24/7.
The tag and go will be a full service.
Well, they close at 7, but what is the difference? And like, what would your distance difference be? I guess that's my question, because the blowers are the same sound, same noise for whether it's a Quick Quack or a.
Curious if they are the same.
I think that's a tough one for us to answer right now. And to me, full service would mean someone else is vacuuming my car, not me.
I didn't even know you vacuumed your car.
So I think that, I mean, there's kind of shades, right? There's an outdoor vacuum at, say, like a Top Stop. Or a Holiday Oil or something like that. So is it it's the blowers and it's the vacuums, right? And both of those, whether you're going through on a chain-driven system or whether you drive in, you park, you wait, and then you drive out, both of those are fairly similar.
Well, for an example, it's not in our city, but the Sinclair on Lehigh, Maine. You pull into a bay, there's a hose, there's no blowers, but that's,
That's the self-service.
Self-service.
which is still regulated the same. We don't treat them differently in our code.
As far as this code goes tonight, I'm comfortable with it.
Right, I'm okay with this, I just think we should look at it.
And if you would like us to, we can certainly try and figure out.
I'm not saying I'm gonna
Sound and
wanna
def-
blow this up in the future because of that. I just wanna know how other cities are treating it and if we're being too restrictive.
It's just a priority for me. It's not a priority for the staff to be using the time on that, but it's fine. Two of you want to, two of you can.
Well, we need a third, or,
No, you need two
Oh, we need
to
two.
put it on an
Okay,
agenda
agenda.
item, or the mayor.
As far as this goes, I'm good.
Okay.
All right, then the third one is making some amendments to our site plan approvals. It's just an overview, basically, that city council will approve all non-residential site plans and major amendments, and all gateway overlay site plans. Planning Commission will approve multifamily, 2 and 3 family site plans and major amendments. Staff will approve any minor site plan amendments. So what we're doing to achieve that is making an amendment proposal to 1914-05-8, where we're separating out these different types of amendments and who is responsible for the approval there. And then the chart is not shown here on the presentation, but the chart where it points out exactly which ones is also amended.
Mayor, may I? Oh, well, maybe it's the same thing. D4? I mean, we're talking about, we're all talking about the same thing. Alters the density and open space or unit type may be approved by planning commission. I'm not,
That's exactly what I was.
Yeah.
if they're altering density, I mean, there's different layers. If it lessens it, sure, but if it increases it, there's no way.
Most of the time they're coming in.
Unless it's like a half a unit.
I'm not comfortable. I mean, I think an elected official should be making the decision on density.
Yeah.
Okay, we can make number 4 part of the city council major amendment approval on number 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
so combine.
I think everything else, though, totally makes sense.
Combine 3 and
it's a
4,
great catch.
Yeah.
100%.
okay.
Okay. Kevin, did you find your verbiage?
No, but I can do it. So,
I am not blown away.
so if we can go back to that, let's see. Okay,
That's it. That first sentence.
why don't we just leave it there, or take out the rest of it and just refer to the statute?
Just say as defined in Utah code, and then in
Yeah.
period,
Yeah.
and then get rid of all the other stuff.
Yes, I think that would be a good idea. In fact,
We can always, in our code, put a link, we can always put a link to their,
Right,
make it a
just hyperlink
hyperlink.
it so that you can go right to it.
Then I don't have to worry about it. Make a hyperlink, and then I'm not
Yeah.
having to go in and change text.
I think Nikki's been able to do that with our code.
We've done that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Okay,
I will
Good for
entertain a
something.
motion.
Although, let's see, let me just,
Oh, it's so close.
I just didn't see the end of this, so maybe if you can scroll down, Ken,
Every
and we
time.
can.
That's it.
where?
Okay, is that it?
That's it.
That's the end of it. Okay, then we're safe just adopting
Okay.
that.
So I'll try.
You're gonna go
for it? Okay.
Okay.
I move to approve business item 5, code amendments, tobacco business definition, striking all the verbiage in the packet and referring to state code.
After the state code.
After the state code, right.
Might refer to a specific section there. Just
Strike all,
As per the third.
1902
Did I move it?
dot 265, striking everything after, as defined in Utah State Code, 10.8, 41-6, 41 bot 6, okay?
That's it.
All right. Car wash regulations 1905 and site plan approvals 1913 and 1914. Amending that, can you go to that, Ken, please? Right there, that number 4 is a city council approval.
Right, so we'll combine that with number 3.
Yes.
I have a first from Councilman Carn.
I'll second.
I have a second from Councilman
Good job.
McComber. Further discussion?
I wouldn't combine them, I just keep them separate because you're going to have to reword the whole thing.
Just change the
Okay.
last two
It's-
words to
it's
city
Street Planning
council.
Commission.
Because grammatically, you can't just merge those. They're
The
just
last two
different.
words are city council. Yep.
Okay,
Yep,
so I got
that's
the
amended first
first,
to that.
amended
And a
second.
second.
Okay, roll call. Karn,
Aye.
Porter,
But
Wilden.
Aye.
Comber.
Aye.
Podeska.
Aye.
Motion passes. Do we have a need for closed session?
Yes, we do.
Okay, I will entertain a motion. First
Go ahead.
from
Second.
Councilman Comber, second from Karn, all in favor?
Aye.
Since it's my